Now, Mortimer, you know all about it and just forget about it. I do think that Martha and I have the right to our own little secrets. Now, Mortimer, you know all about it and just forget about it. I do think that Martha and I have the right to our own little secrets.
It's just like crushing an egg, or you ever hit a melon with a hammer? It's like the twist. You ever do the twist? It's like doing the twist. 3, and crush that, hit. It's just like crushing an egg, or you ever hit a melon with a hammer? It's like the twist. You ever do the twist? It's like doing the twist. 1, 2, 3, and crush that, hit. It's just like crushing an egg, or you ever hit a melon with a hammer? It's like the twist. You ever do the twist? It's like doing the twist. 1, 2, 3, and crush that, hit. It's just like crushing an egg, or you ever hit a melon with a hammer? It's like the twist. You ever do the twist? It's like doing the twist. 1, 2, 3, and crush that, hit.
Who is that?
L1 created the first synthetic humans at Singapore. I'm glad. Welcome home. Sheldon. Hello, Rico.
I do recognize them. And it seems like you put them to good use.
Piece of junk. Who said it's a useless piece of junk? Caesar! You know what this wooden box thingy is? Big Daddy? Why do we have nothing here? Besides rocks, all we got is bamboo that don't move. Useless adults. And they're honoring friendship just.
Who taught you that?
I'm bored.
Look over there, you fool. Do you know what that is?
Piano. This place definitely left with nothing.
What'll it be then? You can go back to your regular life and forget any of this ever happened, or you can know the truth about the universe. The choice is now yours.
The first one.
No. What'll it be then? You can go back to your regular life and forget any of this ever happened, or you can know the truth about the universe. The choice is now yours.
The first one.
What'll it be then? You can go back to your regular life. Is now yours.
The first one.
No.
How
did you get in here?
The window, obviously. Do you attack everyone who comes in here? Seems like a weird thing to do, but live and let live.
You can't just break into my apartment.
Well, clearly I can. I mean, I just
I'll
did.
call the police.
Nobody ever talks to me. I'm just here. I just want a snack. Just once. But yeah, but it's never for me. It's never for me.
American food list as part of our food from Sorry. Sorry, Mike.
yes. As pretty much no surprise to anybody, Henry Cavill played Space Marine 2. This game is the much. Seriously, they've done pretty well. I couldn't complete the campaign on Angel of Death by myself. Thank God. Now I don't feel bad, because I couldn't either. I just did it on Veteran, and it was still hard. Loving the PvP and really looking forward to it growing and expanding. It has real potential to be absolutely awesome. Disclaimer, I know nothing about game development, so the kind of dreams I may have might be rather difficult to implement. So yeah, Henry Cavill played Space Marine 2. It looks like he did the whole campaign. Holy fuck. Yeah, so he actually played through the whole game.
Unlike some game journalists.
The only complaint that I really have with Space Marine 2 is that there's not more of it. More diversity in the game. I'm not talking about women, of course not. I'm talking about, like, more races. You know, more different types of monsters to fight against. I'm sure they're not stupid. They know how the game is. They know what they're doing. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm really glad to see this. Space Marine 2 is a great game. Definitely right.
You read the title of this video. You know why we're here today. I'm not trolling, I'm not goofing around, I'm not doing nothing. I genuinely believe that Helldivers 2 is a better game overall than Space Marines 2. Now, I know what you're probably thinking right now. Heretic! Hold on, just give me a chance to explain myself and how I arrived at this conclusion. First off, let me just say that I don't think that Space Marines 2 is a bad game. I actually think that Space Marines 2 is a very good game. I do like it, and I enjoy playing it. But in anticipation for Space Marines 2, I saw more and more people using the anticipation to throw shade at Helldivers 2. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that some of that wasn't warranted. The devs are making some stupid decisions over the past few months. But if you were to ask me right now, today, why someone prefers Space Marines 2 over Helldivers 2, my genuine response would be, I don't know. People's biggest complaint about Helldivers 2 is how the devs were taking everything that we love and nerfing it into the ground. But that's just not the case anymore. The dev team finally got their head on straight, and I'm not gonna lie, they kind of went crazy. They buffed everything we love back up. I genuinely believe that a lot of people who love Space Marines 2 to death, it's not really love at all. It is a mask for the hatred of what Helldivers 2 became. It was that they hated Helldivers 2 so bad that they wanted Space Marine 2 to be that good. And I'm here today to tell you guys that's just not the case. At least that's not my opinion. Today, I really want to compare and contrast Helldivers 2 with Space Marines 2, because they really are similar in some ways, and also different in some ways. So, as far as similarities go, you fight hordes of 2 different enemy types to reach and complete an objective as a soldier fighting on multiple different planets, while believing in the narrative that you are the good guys and they are the bad guys. Yeah, when you simplify it like that, these games sound very similar. But that is about where their similarities end. As far as differences go, let's start with Space Marines 2 in terms of content. So Space Marines 2 has a total of 6 operations missions with changeable difficulty. It has a total of 3 different planets. It has a 7 to 9 hour long campaign depending on what difficulty you play on. It also has a PvP mode called Eternal War, but literally no one cares about that. Like, I have not seen a ton of people gush over the PvP mode in this game. It has multiple different armor colors and class perks, and the game has 6 classes in total, all with different ultimate abilities. Now, with everything I just listed, it might seem like there is a ton to do in this game. And there is, in a sense, but I do have a couple of problems with the way it was executed. Number 1 being the way they designed the difficulty levels. When you begin to take on the higher difficulties, the game is trusting you to be leveling up your perks at the same time. And in turn, that's going to help you stand more of a chance against the higher difficulties. But if you're not, and you're instead buying things like armor colors, it's going to be significantly harder to take on higher difficulties. And you're most likely going to be playing the same missions over and over again on an easier difficulty until you're able to level up your perks. And that can definitely start feeling repetitive very fast. But you may be wondering, what makes the higher difficulty significantly harder? Well, there are a few things. Enemies seem to have a bit more health, even the common ones, and you'll also probably have boss fights more often. But I've got to be honest, those two things wouldn't even be that big of an issue if it weren't for one reason. And that reason is the spawn rate of Medicaid stims decreases alongside the higher difficulty you want to play. Meaning the higher difficulty you go, the less Medicaid stims will spawn, which makes it significantly harder to heal yourself. Now in my opinion, a very lazy way to try to make a game feel more difficult is to take away the player's ability to heal. Instead, they could have spawned more enemies, more aggressive enemies, stronger enemies, new types of enemies, or all four of those things together. I swear the higher difficulties wouldn't even be a problem if I could heal more often. Now, as I said earlier, there are 6 operator missions you can do. I also mentioned earlier that the game can feel repetitive if you have to do the operator missions on lower difficulty over and over again to earn currency. Well, the feeling of repetitiveness may be inevitable anyway, and that brings me to point number 2. It definitely feels like there could have and should have been way more operator missions than there actually is. Instead, you're left to play the same 6 missions over and over again, with the only thing you're able to change about them being the difficulty. You will always have the same objective. You will follow the same path every time. Yo, if that doesn't sound like a recipe for repetitiveness, I don't know what does. Honestly, this game's content feels very lackluster. I can't lie, I was expecting much more from it at launch. Now let's move on to Helldivers 2 content. As of today, Helldivers 2 has 25 different mission objectives. But since Space Marines 2 is only like 2 weeks old, I'll cut it some slack. But still, at its launch, Helldivers 2 had around 10 to 15 mission objectives, I want to say. Helldivers 2 has over 200 planets. I'll be fair, you can only play on about 8 to 12 of them at any given time. Not only that, but there are 12 environmental conditions across 21 biomes in Helldivers 2. Now, Helldivers 2 does not have an official campaign, but literally no one cares about that. And if you say you do, you're lying. Helldivers 2 has 48 different armor sets. Helldivers 2 has 29 primary weapons. Like, honestly, I could go on.
Biggest fan of the game. I saw this, yes, as pretty much no surprise to anybody. Henry Cavill played Space Marine 2. This game is nuts. Seriously, they've done pretty well. I couldn't complete the campaign on Angel of Death by myself. Thank God. Now I don't feel bad, because I couldn't either. I just did it on Veteran, and it was still hard. Loving the PvP and really looking forward to it growing and expanding. It has real potential to be absolutely awesome. Disclaimer, I know nothing about game development, so the kind of dreams I might have might be rather difficult to implement. So yeah, Henry Cavill played Space Marine 2. It looks like he did the whole campaign. Holy fuck. Yeah, so he actually played through the whole game.
Unlike some games on this.
The only complaint that I really have with Space Marine 2 is that there's not more of it. More diversity in the game. I'm not talking about women, of course not. I'm talking about, like, more races. You know, more different types of monsters to fight against. I'm sure they're not stupid. They know how to game this. They know how to flip it. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm really glad to see this. Space Marine 2 is a great game. Definitely.